Alright, this is an interview with DeGolyer at Arthurdale on October 13th, 2017. So first, where were you born?
I was born in a little town called Booth on the other side of Westover on the river. And I looked at the map and it's not even on the map anymore.
When did you move to Arthurdale?
That was I was 2 years old when we moved in Arthurdale. Yeah, from Burke. We moved from Booth to Burke and then to Arthurdale.
Where's Burke?
It's halfway between Reedsville and Masontown. And get out, you go up over the hill, down the bottom, and then there's a road turns back and where the railroad went through, and that's where they loaded coal. My dad, we lived there and they built coal tipples.
What did your father do before you moved to Arthurdale?
That's what he done. He worked in the glass mill in Pennsylvania, and then he come to West Virginia and he met my mother. And that's when the law began, really.
How was your family affected by the Depression?
Well, people talked about being poor, but we never felt poor. We always had food on the table. My dad was a worker. He did tell me when I was born that he was presently out of a job at the time, and he took off and he traveled and he found a day's work somewhere. And he said he used it to buy a case of carnation milk to feed me.
What do you remember, if anything, about when you first moved to Arthurdale?
First thing, what I remember, we moved from Arthurdale, we was down at Burke, and we moved in Arthurdale, and they were loading, unloading the stuff out there. And I can remember a guy picked up a thing of dishes and dropped them and broke them, and he hid them behind a bush. And I went in and told my mother the guy broke all of her dishes.
What did your house look like?
Just like this house here, same house.
Oh, really?
Q Road, yes. This was one of the bigger houses they built.
Family chores were there?
Well, we raised a garden. We had a cow. We had to milk a cow, and planting garden in summer and canning. She'd can over 1,000 quarts of stuff every year to feed 15 people.
You mentioned that your youngest two siblings were adopted. What do you remember about when they were adopted?
Well, just that they were adopted.
Who?
Actually, the oldest one was my oldest sister's baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, why did your parents decide to adopt?
They would never turn their face or obligation to help anybody. I think that they felt the more the merrier.
Overall, did you enjoy school?
Yeah, I enjoyed school. Yeah.
Did you do any extracurricular activities or sports or anything?
Well, I belonged to 4-H, and I raised rabbits, and there was always something to do on the farm. I mean, raising, family like that, we always had chores. And we'd done everything outside. My sisters, the girls, they'd done everything inside. And then but if we got done first before they did, we had to go help the other ones. So we all had the rest of our day to do what we wanted to do.
Who did you hang around with most of the time?
a boy named Bob Hartzell, Tudor Lines, Earl Radaball, Dale Martin. Dale Martin was a real close neighbor. We were together every day. And same way with Bob Hartzell.
What kind of things did you do together?
We just went through the woods and take our .22 rifles and sit and shoot some rabbits or whatever we could do. If during hunting season, we'd hunt.
What animals did you hunt?
Well, we hunted grouse, we hunted rabbits, then we got bigger, we hunt deer, we deer hunt. Deer was very scarce back in those days.
Was it?
Yeah.
When you graduated high school, what were your post-high school plans?
I went to the Navy.
Navy?
I planned all the way through the World War II when my brothers and stuff, older brothers was going in the military. The day I got out of school, in fact, I left the day before I left school, before I graduated.
So, did all your brothers join the military?
Every one of us, yes. Everyone in the family. And between my sister's husbands and my brothers and all of us, we spent over 80 years in military, all of us together.
So what did you do after the Navy? Did you come back to Arthurdale?
I come back and I was living in Morgantown.
Oh, okay. What did you do there?
Well, I went to trade school, so I wanted to learn how to lay brick and block and that stuff. And I learned that, and then I met with an old Italian fellow in Westover, and I wanted to learn about stone. And he took me out in the field, and we'd take a rock, a big rock, and we cut it up where we could use it and put it on a house.
How was that job compared to the job you had as a teenager here in Arthurdale?
Well, every job I had I thought was important to me to learn. And I worked with my dad a lot, when he was making furniture and stuff.
Did he give you a good sense of work ethic?
Oh, yes.
And your mom too?
Yes.
Did it also give you a sense of community, and was Arthurdale a tight-knit community?
Oh, yeah. We took part in everything that went on in the community. There was nothing else really for you to do. You didn't have a car to go anywhere. You had to...
Do you have any memories about Eleanor Roosevelt?
Oh, I remember. And people always ask, what did you think of Eleanor Roosevelt? I think a lot of people here looked at her as an angel come to help us.
Was she really involved in the community?
She really was. She come to our house several, like I say, and my mother made pickled pig feet, and she liked them, and my mother would always save them for her when she came, and can them and give them to her.
How did Eleanor Roosevelt's involvement impact the community? Were they receptive to it?
Well, I think, like I say, they thought she was something heavenly given to us. They guided us, and they listened to her and followed her.
When you were younger, did you fully realize that it was the president and first lady, or did you just see them as normal people?
Oh no, they weren't normal. They were. You just thought they were somebody special. In a kid's eyes, is different than what you get older.
Yeah. Where are you living now?
I live in Kingwood.
Okay. Do you visit Arthurdale a lot?
I do what I can to help.